So, Saturdays are usually my day off. And the only reason is because I want to have that one buffer day where I can just rest and do whatever I want. And the weird part about this Saturday is that it's smack dab in the beginning of like a week that's going to be super hectic. And, you know, to cope with a super hectic week, I usually sit down at the end of it, at a super hectic day, sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and just rest or just work at a coffee shop. And then I realized I've been living in Boulder for 3 years, but I still don't have a coffee shop. I woke up really late today. It's right now 2:40 p.m. and I want to start on this. I was thinking about what does my perfect coffee shop need to entail, and I came up with 10 commandments of sorts. 10 different things that every single coffee shop should have that I enjoy, in the sense that these are the criteria I'm going to judge the coffee shops on. Now I'm going to take you through the course. Alright, this is the game plan. So we are here. This is home. We're gonna move from home back this way towards Nondescript Street and go to the first spot, which is the Carabiner. So according to Google Maps, I am at the location of the first coffee shop called Carabiner, but I can't find it. So I learned something new today. That Todd Reed, that's where the coffee shop used to be. So I guess I'm headed back home now. Well, not really, I'm headed to the second location. And then after we move to the Carabiner, we go up another street and go to Boxcar. That wasn't a coffee shop. It was more like a bistro, so it doesn't fit in with the coffee shop I'm thinking of. Move from there onto Laughing Goat. On to Cap 1. And finally end this trail at Ozo's. It feels like I can't talk in here, but then again, that feels like the thing wherever I go. One of my professors is sitting in the back of this coffee shop. Oh god. I just realized I finished the entire bit on this coffee shop and then I forgot to hit record. And yeah, she's amazing. She didn't tell me to fuck off, but she told me to fuck off nicely.
Yeah, the perfect response to tell someone get out of my face.
Yeah, like just shut the fuck up, you little fucking idiot. Available seats? None. like this place is very hard to find a seat, and it's pretty huge, but it's very difficult to find a seat here. First impressions, I feel comfortable, which is like number 10, and it's the most important one, and it's great. Workability is great too, because like there are sockets nearby, and it's just fantastic.
Going down the commandments.
Well, I mean, we gotta take the sip of destiny first. The
Yes.
sip is what decides which coffee shop is like the greatest. So, are you ready for this, Casey?
Cheers.
Do you want to go the Jordan Schlansky route? Comfortability? Honestly, I'm not at all comfortable. On to the next coffee shop. That's Casey. Not Neistat. You're not Casey Neistat. I think that's funny. So, you guys have never met Casey before. He is one of my roommates. Moved out here recently.
Hi, I'm Casey.
And he helped me come up with the last 3 points of the criteria that we need. So, I'm not super comfortable here. Because, so like,
Comfortability could be increased for sure.
Yeah, because it just doesn't feel as cozy as Capital
Sure.
One. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
When you were sitting on those little benches, you were like, "Yeah, I could do this forever."
Yeah, it's an all day thing.
I think part of it is because like we have that option to view outside the window, and we have like giant windows that we can look out on. This feels like you're in a little cubicle.
I agree.
The best part about this is I'm sitting right in front of a window. That means I have natural light coming in, and then those are incandescent bulbs. So you have an orangish glow while this is balanced for like daylight, which I think is a beautiful mixture of light. So you can shoot really well in here, which is great. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes, and no one's come talk to me, which is fantastic. When I came in, though, the security officer and I spoke a little bit about the history of the cafe and what I'm doing, which is beautiful, and he led me on to some interesting stuff. Like, this cafe used to be called the Boulder Cafe, because I distinctly remember seeing a completely different coffee shop when I first moved here. And then Capital One bought it, and that's the situation at the moment. Just honestly, this video isn't sponsored by Capital One. If anything, it's sponsored by Mashrek. That's a joke from my dad.
Like, music is alright. It's not too bad. Like, there was some disco, some folk, you know, a little bit of that, a little bit of a mix, you know, a little bit of that mix of music.
What about country? Doesn't do country music. Not my kind of place.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like country music.
They haven't played any country. I wouldn't think they would.
Yeah, no. Most of the places that I've been to have mostly been lo-fi hip hop or just like jazz.
Laughing Goat is big on lo-fi.
Yeah, or just something that's just, calming to listen to in the background. It has no lyrics, which is important because when you have lyrics in your song, you get distracted.
Yes. Which is super convenient for a first date too. Even music without any vocals.
Yeah, but
doing
one thing
work.
that I don't like about this place is the fact that I get bored and I get easily distracted. And when I have no idea how to move on with something or move ahead with something, I will just look up.
Sure.
Here, looking up is looking to everyone else doing the exact same thing that I was trying to do.
Okay.
This one I legitimately like.
So where'd you go to first?
So I went to Laughing Goat. So I'm not gonna do all the things on my list because I have 18 coffee shops.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna drink 18 cups of coffee.
Sure.
I'm not Flynn.
You're not a monster.
This one fits all the criteria for me.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Okay.
You could totally
yes.
spread a Magic the Gathering map and
Absolutely.
just play Magic.
Oh yeah.
Or bring in Cosmic Encounters or Catan. It'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. We'll see you back on our way back home now. Or unless you want to say something.
I've just I enjoyed the opportunity. I enjoy you guys watching Andy, and thanks for letting me be involved in it. Thank you, Andy.
You're fucking welcome.
Really having a great time. This is fun stuff.
I hope you repay me later.
Of course I will. With sexual activity.
My parents are watching this.
I meant. That's what I meant.
This is like the maximum amount of coffee I'm gonna have.
Sure. So what are you thinking?
So my
1 out of 10.
for today,
Yeah.
number 3 is Laughing Goat.
Cool.
Number 2 is Ozo,
Okay.
and number 1 is Capital Hill. Capital One.
I think that is a great observation. I completely agree with you. I've been to Laughing Goat. It's all right. I do prefer Ozo a little bit more.
Totally.
But with all of the things given, with the 10 commandments of coffee shops,
And
it's gotta
commandments.
it's got to go to Capital One.
Capital
Yeah,
One. So
for
Capital
sure.
One will remain my coffee shop.
Sure.
Until the next time we do this with like 3 brand new coffee shops.
Absolutely. I'd love to tag along.
Awesome.
Cool.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.